Welcome to MABC, that's Media Arts Borrowing Channel. Stay tuned for all of our selection. But first, we have a couple of disclaimers that you should pay attention to. Disclaimer, all bookings come through me for your gear, and you should book your gear 24 hours in advance. Disclaimer, Whimsy is here from 10 till 5 for student services. If you have booked gear, you will need to come in between those hours, Monday to Friday, except holidays, to pick up your required gear. Disclaimer, if ever you're late returning gear and gear is due by 11 a.m. on the day that is to be returned, you will owe me a 10-second to 1-minute long Instagram video explaining why you feel it's acceptable to return gear late and hold other students up in line. Disclaimer, this video series will be quite long. If you want to dial into the specific information you want, there are timestamps and an index in the description, or you could pull up the individual videos and peruse them at your leisure. Disclaimer, all of the information seen within these videos may not be an accurate reflection of our current stock, or details may not be 100% correct. Please refer to our website for the most accurate and up-to-date information. Disclaimer, some of the gear that you will see comes with a complete kit. So even if you don't see the components you think come with the item, it actually does come with batteries, cards, cables, and other accessories that are appropriate to that piece of gear. Please see the gear's description on the website to know exactly what it does come with. Media Arts Borrowing Channel is brought to you by York University, your university. Now we're going to be looking at all the various bits and bobs that are available to be borrowed here. Now we have our iPad Pro 11-inch. These are available for in-house use only, or you can sign it out with professor's permission, overnight only. We have lots of different AR and XR software on here, face capture software, studio clipbook, rotoscoping, and it has the Apple Pencil too. Now, in case students need to use a tablet, we have our Samsung Galaxy, and you can use this for Aero or other AR projects. Now we have our Intuos and Intuos Pro tablets. These can plug into both PC or Mac and can be used over Bluetooth. Now we have our DJI RS2 DSLR gimbal. This can support fairly heavy cameras from about 10 to 20 pounds or lighter. And it helps steady your shot, and there's an app that you can get with it so you can do follow, face recognition, and a whole bunch of other little bells and whistles. Now we have our DJI RS3 Mini. This is a DSLR gimbal that can be used for our lighter body cameras. If you're doing more of a run and gun and you need the flexibility of moving over time and you don't want to be carrying a lot of weight with you. Now we have our Crane 3 DSLR gimbal. This is capable of carrying our heavier cameras, such as our Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K, and it's a great little gimbal for steadying your shots or doing hyperlapses or any other kind of advanced kind of maneuvers with a gimbal you'd like. Now we have our DJI OM4 and OM5 handheld phone gimbals. These are nice little portable gimbals that your phone can lock into. One of them has a higher battery capacity and the other one has a little bit of a selfie stick. They both have the same app that controls them so that you can access all the advanced features in your cell phone and your focuses, and you can also have it track you as you move through an environment or whoever you select on the screen or whatever pixels you select. Now we have our Teradek unit. This is a remote monitor HDMI wireless transmitting pack, so that we can send images straight from our camera to a field monitor or production monitor in the video village. Now we have two of our Field World remote monitors. These are a 7-inch and a 5-inch version. They take an HDMI input signal and can connect to practically all of our cameras. You can also use them for follow focus or set viz. Now we have our RibblePoint Pop 2 scanner. This is a stationary scanner or handheld scanner that can either plug into your computer or into your smart device or smartphone. You can use this for scanning anything up to little miniatures to the size of a car. It's not very good with reflective surfaces, but anything with a matte finish, this can scan in, and the models that it scans can be used as assets in your virtual sets, or we can send it to a 3D printer. Now we have our Microsoft Azure Connect DK developer kit. It can film RGB signal, infrared, depth camera. It has 7 microphones on it, so it can do ambisonics, and it requires a little bit of R&D to get it working. Now we have our Blackmagic Up and Atom control deck. This is a software control module for controlling where feeds are being directed to for your main output. Now we have our Perception Neuron PN32 motion capture suit. This is a standalone suit or can live link into a computer. You wear various rotational and gyro sensors on the actor's body, and you're able to capture in the rotational data of an actor or performer so that you can puppeteer a CGI creation. Now we have our Perception Neuron Studio Edition suit. This is similar to our other Perception Neuron suit, other than it is simpler to jump into and use. It's a little more advanced, a little heavier, and it also includes separate hand gloves for tracking fingers. Now we have our head-mounted facial capture rig. It uses a iPhone 11 and live face link, which can stream straight into the Unreal Engine. Now we have our portable photo boxes. We have the small one with LED ring light with different modes for brightnesses and color temperature, and we also have our larger, newer one, which has an RGB LED at the top of it, and then you can place your products within it and get nice little product shots. Now we have our electronic turntables. We have a small one that will rotate objects up to 5 pounds, and we have a larger one that will rotate objects or people up to 110 pounds. Now we have our CamLink 4K. This inserts into your computer and allows you to transmit any HDMI signal from a game console to a camera coming in for live streaming or recording through software like Open Broadcast Studio. Now we have our triple mount. This is a camera mount that is intended to go on the windshield or side windows or roof of a vehicle, such as van, car. If you're brave enough, you can place a DSLR camera on this, although it is better used by one of our GoPro or Action cameras, or a 360 camera could even be mounted on this if you're willing to take the risk. Now we have our Jackery power supply. This is a power pack that you can plug a 12-volt adapter, wall plug, or USB into. It contains 240 watt-hours of power and is excellent for outdoor applications when you don't have power on hand. Now for in-house use, we have the Optima 4K digital projector. This projector is also capable of stereoscopic projection. If you have shuttered glasses, you can get a discrete right-left eye image out of this projector. Now we have our Vamo digital projector. This is an HD projector. It'll take in HDMI or traditional RCA signal. It is also capable of taking a USB key loaded with any video file that you would like to play from it, so you do not need to connect it to a laptop or a computer in order to get a projection from this system. Now we have our newer X12 teleprompter setup. This uses one of the iPads in order to teleprompt your talent on screen. Maybe I should look into using something like this. Now we have our cheese plate. This is an adapter plate for screwing any number of accessories on it. There's also a rail mount on here that can be repositioned, so you can put multiple microphones, lights, rig up your camera a little bit differently to accept any batteries or other accessories you want to do, and you've got lots of options and lots of real estate to put things on different angles. Probably want a sandbag. If you need sandbags, we've got them. Right now they're filled with sand, but soon they'll be filled with small little pebbles. Now we have our director's slate. Here you can indicate your shots and any other information that's applicable to whatever you're going to film. We have a rainbow of dry erase markers, which don't always come off necessarily the best. So we also have available gaffer's tape that you can cover any of this in so that you can always get the right shot. Okay. Now we have our iCan HDMI splitter. It can take one HDMI input and split it into 4 outputs. Now we have our C stands, light stands, knuckles, microphone stands, and this one's on wheels. Ooh, fancy. Now we have our C-clamp super arm. This can chew on to the top of your camera, can bolt down to grab onto different things. You can mount these in various places, hold your remote monitors with these, or mount a camera for a stationary position. Handy little thing, super duper. Now we have our nesting apple boxes. We have our full apple, half apple, quarter apple, and if you're hungry, we have a little pancake down here as well. Now we have our Logitech Pro Web HD camera. This can hook into your laptop or computer and give you a nice image for your Zoom conferences, Teams meetings, Discords, or if you want to just capture something that looks like a web camera captured it. Thank you very much for tuning in to the MABC. We'll see you next booking.